For over a year, real Chicagoans, white and black, have been telling me that your black power rhetoric is bringing the city backwards from a place that
we need the question
had overcome.
From somebody like Marco Rubio, a competent person with a track record of success who deserves your attention and your respect, to the mayor of Chicago. His name is Brandon Johnson, and he resides over a city that has mass mayhem in the streets. I think we did it already this week, but can we get the numbers on how many people were killed and shot in Chicago over the weekend? I think it was around 19 shot, 4 killed, something like that. And that there's been massive fleeing of people, of sensible people from Chicago, because people don't like getting shot. You know, you try to go out to dinner, and it's like, oh, my wife got shot. I think I'm going to leave. You know, people just, you can't, it's not something people are that interested in. Anyway, this guy is a complete racist. He is an utter buffoon. And finally, this is a man who literally is saying that the city is hiring people based on race. He's saying that the black race is better. Like, the guy is just an abject, old-fashioned racist. He just doesn't happen to be the color of racist that the machine likes you to think that racists are. But here he is with a reporter calling him out for being a racist.
Real Chicagoans woke up this morning relieved that the Department of Justice is finally investigating your race hustle. As someone who grew up on the south side of Chicago, I've heard a lot of race hustlers in my life, trust me, but they were usually marching around outside of City Hall, which is what makes this so embarrassing and dangerous. Very, very dangerous to the city of Chicago.
Okay, we need the question.
I'm more than happy to ask this question. It's long overdue. For over a year, real Chicagoans, white and black, have been telling me that your black power rhetoric is bringing the city backwards from a place that
we need the question
had overcome. You want the question?
Please.
Real Chicagoans want to know, why are you a racist?
Well, you know, first of all, I reject the idea and the premise that somehow that's an actual legitimate question.
First off, I want to know the name of that journalist, because that's just great. Like, he actually kind of didn't have a question. He just wanted to basically say, you're a racist. Everyone knows you're a racist. I talked to my mom. She knows you're a racist. This guy over here thinks you're a racist. You're a racist. The other guy, would you ask him a question already? Okay, why are you a racist? Like, it's just perfect. And then he rejects the notion. Okay, sorry, you can reject the notion, but you are a racist. All you talk about is race. Although you don't talk about, we did get some updated numbers. I was off a little bit. 23 people shot in Chicago this weekend. Only 2 killed. That's pretty good. But likely all black on black crime, which is why he doesn't talk about it. Here he is talking about, he was confronted because apparently a restaurant owner's license was yanked and given to a black owner. Like, the whole thing sounds completely insane unless you were in South Africa. Ugh.
All right, we're going to go to the next one. Alice?
The next question, my follow-up question is a businessman, Robert Gomez, had his riverfront restaurant license yanked. You said that the reason you hire black people is because they're the most generous race on the planet. His riverfront restaurant license was yanked and given to a black restaurateur. That has, once again, reinforced the belief among real Chicagoans, white and black and Mexican, that you are a racist. What do you say to those people?
Again, I reject the premise that somehow that your question has any legitimacy. Thank you for your time.
I like this. It's the same journalist asking the question. I like this guy, whoever he is. I also like the way the camera's framed up, where you don't see anyone else but him, as the guy's like, you're a racist, you're a racist. And by the way, you're a racist. Has anyone called this guy a racist today?